in essence very dry and brittle. So you can break it down into bite-sized chunks that will fit the fire pit. So I burnt a load of that off last week. This week I've chopped up a load of the wood. Unfortunately, the larger limbs have mostly grown moss, so they are again a little bit damp. So it's not going to be easy to catch them on fire, but I think once they're burning, they'll be fine. Reverse drive on this tractor is not the most intuitive of things. I think the biggest problem I've got is the gearbox still has to be selected forwards or backwards as per where the tractor's facing, the front of the tractor, the engine end. However, steering is reversed. So if I want to turn left, I turn the back wheel left and it turns, it's the direction that the wheels would face if I wanted to turn right if I was going in the other direction. So that's a little bit weird. I think I messed that up a little. Doesn't matter, we'll get this cut and then I'll cut the other one and we'll move on. I'm also running the mud mod, surprisingly, so obviously the ground has dried out, or the mud mod doesn't play with rain pane, so we're not once the field dries out, it dries out as far as the mud mod is concerned, but as far as rain pane is concerned, doing stuff that shouldn't be done in wet weather, try and avoid it. I think this is going to work out good. Because it does mean I'll be coming back up the field and basically ending up on that side, which is where I want to be when I finish. This mower does get very dirty though. Tractor not so much. Or maybe it's just the grey. And we might, during the off-season, do a little bit of forestry here, take out some of those trees and replant them, and actually think about replanting them. I don't know. I mean, one of the options is there's a field at that end. If we chop down the trees, we could plough the two fields together, plough this as part of that field, and increase our grass capabilities. I just noticed there was a part of that that was not caught. Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot, but I think it's a good idea to get as much of the crop as you can. So yeah, that field directly in front of us is, it's 106. So, ploughing through there, maybe diagonally up that way, you could end up with a very large grass field. Alternatively, you could take those trees out and plough this one in, and I think there's a row of hedges up there, and just make a huge grass plot there. It's an option. The problem is when it comes to bringing in an agronomist, you have to pay for that, you have to pay for that, and you have to pay for that. I can't pay for this one because there's no land here. 6%. So there's no fields there. So an agronomist won't come out to identify them. You can't use the Azaria crop or soil sampler because there's nothing to sample. That's a little bit of a problem we had on Maypole, where we chopped a bunch of we bought a plot of land with trees on it, and we chopped that land and then ploughed it into a field. And I couldn't bring out an agronomist to scan that ploughed portion of the field because, as far as the agronomist was concerned, there's no arable land there for me to work on. Now, obviously, or at least the Azaria soil sampler did work in that case. So I scanned that little triangle of land, and then we didn't harvest it enough times to actually invalidate the thing. Okay, going to fold that up. We are now in forward driving mode. So those trees are right next to us. If we chop down all of these trees, we could plough through to here, by this field. The ground is slightly damp, there you go. There's a hedgerow between this field and 107, which we could take out and just plough all of that into one big giant grass field. But it would then mean that we're aiming to put our cows in this area here. I don't have a problem with that. The other option is to change one of these for a more yard space. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it might be a good plan. Okay, Alt-Pix. Turn that on. So this one's a little bit more restrictive because it's surrounded by hedges. Also, it's a little bit more difficult to get around it.
You need to watch my YouTube channel that I posted one video about.
Okay, back up. So slowly working our way around here. Oops. Yes, and that's the other difference. With this map, the hedges are full collision. So there is no driving through the hedges. Take it in reverse, put the thing down, and move down here. So the boy's woken up already. All the girls are still sleeping. But he has been nice and not interrupted the stream so that we can carry on, and Mommy can make him breakfast. He might be wrong about that. Teenagers was throwing a bit of a tantrum yesterday because she doesn't think. So, she's like 10 years older than the boy, but doesn't take it, she plays full strength with him. So he gets hurt, and oh, it was an accident. No, you're 10 years older than him, you're 10 times strong, well, you're not 10 times stronger than him, but you're stronger than him. If you don't take it easy, he will get hurt. Oh. But it was an accident. Why are you mad at me? Because you should know better. Okay. Alright. So we are now down to 2. 2 there. I'll swing it round the end, we'll do the second headland. It just gives me a little bit more room between the hedges so that I can manoeuvre the tractor a little bit easier. Of course, I'm going to end up at the wrong side of the field, so probably end up doing alternate rows again so that we end up on the south side and press forwards. That was a good turn. So I'll take the windrower and we will condition that small patch of grass down there that I didn't have the conditioner turned on for. And then we'll get all this road up. Oh, come on, turn. And start loading the silage bunker. And I don't have lease to own on this playthrough, so everything we lease is temporary. We're basically renting it from the store's rent farming equipment arm, as opposed to we're paying for it long term. And because of that, I'm not going to keep leased equipment for the long term. I might keep it a day or two because I need to do a couple of things. One field maybe isn't ready, or it's going to take me 2 days to plough all the fields, or that type of thing. So it just makes sense to, you know, if I need to plough 5 fields, I'm probably only going to get 3 done per game day. So I'm going to need it for a couple of days. That's fine, but once I've done all of the ploughing jobs, I should let it go. Same with the harvester, same with everything else. What I want to try and do is get to the point where we have enough money for a cheap harvesting tool, forage harvester. I can't run a forage harvester attacher on this tractor, it's not big enough. I can't afford a 500 horsepower tractor to run one, so we are going to need a forage harvester. And we might, once we've got a forage harvester, I may get a grass cutting header so that we can cut the grass with it as well as maize and possibly other crops too. Now, I was watching someone this week, and I can't remember who it was, but I do believe he mentioned that the grass roller, which in the base game gives you 1 state of fertilization on your grass fields, gives you sort of a step in growth on a grass field. So if we cut a grass field and then we take a grass roller out to it, it won't be just harvested, it will be starting to grow. So you can turn over your grass fields, or the theory is you can turn over the grass fields faster and get 5 or 6 cuts, or get 4 full cuts as opposed to, I think you can get 2.5 full cuts, or about 4 half cuts. That does it all. Turn cruise off, or the GPS off for the moment. I may start planting grass around the yard as well, once we know what the yard's going to end up looking like. Disconnect. Yes. And the Valtra needs a service. Woohoo. So I think because it needs a service, we'll do that now because it keeps them cheap. If you do it at 70%, it doesn't cost too much, or it gets progressively more expensive per percentage point of maintenance the longer you leave it. So we'll run over here, and still 3,500. We could do without that repair bill. However, it is what it is. And actually, another little take, when you're windrowing, when you're tedding, because it throws the grass backwards, you're better off tedding. Actually, base game, let's select TED stage conditioned, yes. Okay, when you're tedding, it throws the grass backwards. So ideally, that's weird. You'll see I've moved that grass away from the edge of the field. Why is that not spinning? There seems to be a problem with the tedder. The animation on the tedder is not working, which is odd. I haven't added any new mods between the last week's game save. It's a little bit of a shame because this is a nice sized tedder. I did buy it new. There we go. So yeah, when you're trying to ted a field, when you're mowing, when you're working with a mower that can actually, the rotary animations are not working. You'll see that is tedding. Oh, that is windrowing. But the windmills aren't going round. That's weird as all get out. And a little bit immersion braking. I am going to guess that this situation is going to be common to all windrowers and all tedders, and possibly a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, that might mean all of the animations are broken. Okay, that's going to make doing work on the farm a lot more difficult because I can't just look and say, oh yes, the animations are on, therefore I am windrowing, therefore I am tedding, or whatever. Anyway. So, fun problems of the day. And fun trees of the day. I suppose the question is it the Valtra or is it everything? Okay, time to do some investigation. Whoa. Okay. Weird. I have weird things going on. Okay, I'm going to have to reset the game because this is not working. I think the mouse isn't doing things. Well, the mouse is doing that. All my controls are completely messed up. Okay, I'm going to have to... I said all of my controls are completely messed up. Oh, seriously messed up. I can't... Oh, you've got... Oh, good. We got down to there. I want to get to... Seriously? There we go. Save. Get to desktop. What the heck happened there? Okay, quick reboot. Try and avoid getting music in the opening. No. Okay. That was some strange weirdness. All the controls messed up. So, start. Okay. Okay, that's working now. Where's the voucher? The voucher's here. Well, isn't that interesting? It's 8:55. So the game didn't... Well, the game did save, but its progression was way out. Oh, that's just... that's on. Turn... oh, stupid poop. Okay, we'll finish this off manually. That, yeah, I don't know what happened there, but basically I saved the game, but it lost all progress from where we are right now.